Hey, welcome back to Friday Bullpen Sessions. My name is Andy Neary. This is episode 121. Today's episode might be one of those episodes where if my mom's listening in, she might be, oh my Lord, I can't believe you just shared that on your podcast. But today I'm going to get, slightly vulnerable with you, but I think it's really going to help you because observing reactions from people, especially today, is one of the most interesting things I look at today when I look at how people react right now to conversations, to decisions, to your political views, right? It's the reactions of others when you talk about where you're heading in life, what you want to do with your business, what you're investing your time and money in. It's just so interesting to listen to how people react. And so let me set the stage of this week's episode, because if you saw the title, it's Seeking Help is the Bridge from Good to Great. So let me tell you with what I'm talking about, and reactions, how people react plays a big role in this. So Amy and I were having a conversation the other day, and truth be told, we've been seeing a couples counselor over the past month or so. Now, right when I said that, I know exactly where you went. Wait, Andy, is everything okay? What's wrong with you and Amy? I didn't know things were bad. And this is the reaction. It was so funny. Amy was telling me the story with that she was having a conversation with one of her coworkers. They were just catching up. It's been a while since they had a chance to catch up. And her coworker was asking her how she was doing. And Amy mentioned that she and I are seeing a couples counselor. And immediately the reaction was, oh my God, Amy, is everything okay? I didn't think anything was wrong with you and Andy. Like, what's going on? And Amy and I find it so interesting how people react, whether it's seeking a counselor, seeking a coach, you name it. This reaction of things must be bad if you're seeking help. And I loved Amy's reaction as she described it to me to her coworker. When her coworker said, oh my Lord, everything okay? Amy said, yeah, it's fine. But here's the thing. Our relationship, it's good. We're trying to make it great. And we know the two of us have stuff to work on to make it great, and we can't do it ourselves. We need help. And that's the premise of today's episode that I want to share with you is if you want to get from good to great, and I don't care what part of your life or business it is, you need to seek help. And so for Amy and I, sharing the news, sharing what I just shared with you about the fact we're seeing a counselor, it's not because, oh my Lord, we need help and we're about to things are about to get really bad if we don't solve it. No. It's things are good, but we're not satisfied with good. We want great. And if we want great, we know we need help. And that's the message I want to share with you today is if you're out there right now and you have a business it's good, not great. You have relationships that are good, but they're not great. Or your health, it's good, it's not great. I'm here to tell you that the bridge between good and great, between where you are right now and where you want to be, is seeking help. And this is an interesting dynamic that I see in my coaching business. If you're unfamiliar with the work I do, I coach and consult with insurance advisors, helping them build a brand their prospects love. And it's so interesting in my weekly conversations with potential coaching clients, how often I am told by an advisor that they don't need a coach right now because things are good. You see, they only go seeking help when they're in a rut. They only go seeking help when they feel lost, when they feel stuck. But the moment they feel good, they don't need help anymore. And I've had people tell me that. They sought my help months ago, for whatever reason, didn't pull the trigger. I reconnect with them and they don't need help anymore because now they're good. And every single time I hear that come out of the mouth of an advisor, I look at them and I say, that's awesome, but are you okay with good or do you want great? You see, it's the same analogy to, are you okay with mediocre? To me, good is mediocre. To me, good is that 72-degree temperature I talked about on last week's episode, where I'm a little afraid to crank up the thermometer to try to become great. So I'm going to keep it right in my comfort zone of 72 degrees. It's easy. There's no resistance. But things are just good. If I'm really being honest with you, they're not great. And so what I want to give you today, what the advice I want to throw at you today is, if you're seeking great results, again, whether it is in your business, it is in relationships, it is in your health, you got to seek help. And seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of you willing to put in the work. I go back to my days of pitching, playing baseball. I don't care what sport it is. Pick the sport. You get to a point where you feel you're good at what you do and you say, you know what, coach, I don't need you anymore. I don't need to seek help anymore. I'm good. No, that's why coaches exist in sports. If you want to get from good to great, you need to seek help. And I think about my career, mainly in business, and how average it was, how mediocre it was for the first, 10 to 12 years. And it was that move Amy and I made to Colorado where everything changed because I was now out in a new market. Nobody knew who the hell I was, right? Nobody knew who I was except for those who hired me. It was my chance to really go seek a new start in a way, but I also knew things were good because by the time I had moved from Wisconsin, I felt good in my career. I didn't feel great, but I felt good. And so when we got out here, I sought to get great. But I also knew to get great, I had to seek help. And if I look at the last 7 years, from the day we moved here, which by the way was just a couple weeks ago, 7-year anniversary, to who I am and what I'm doing today and the results I'm getting today, the only reason I am where I am today is because I sought help. Not because I was stuck, not because I was lost, because I was just good and I wanted great. My first mentor I sought was a gentleman named Darren Hardy. Never met the man, but when I moved out here, I bought one of his online courses about productivity. It was an online course over 8 to 9 weeks. Every week, you watch one of his coaching calls, one of his coaching videos, you do the work. And that course really started me on the path of becoming more productive with my time because I wanted to be great, right? I wanted to get a lot of shit done in a little time. But I was already good at it, but I wasn't great. Then I wanted to get great in the health insurance industry. So what did I seek? I sought mentors. I sought people who could surround me with other high-level achieving thinkers, thought leaders that are going to make me uncomfortable but force me to get better. I sought help. I sought help from those who were doing it already. And then when I had the idea of starting my coaching business, where I didn't even know if I was an entrepreneur, let alone starting an entrepreneurial venture, I sought help. I went to people who had already done it, and they had already done it with massive success. People like Chris and Lori Harder, who've built multiple seven-figure businesses as entrepreneurs. I sought help because I was good at what I did, and I was good at coaching, but I wanted to be great, and I wanted to have a great business, and I knew getting to that point would not happen without seeking help. And I look at who I work with today, Christina LaCure. She's my coach I see every single week. When she and I first started working together last fall, things were good. Things weren't great, but I wanted to be great. I wanted to get great. I needed help. When I wanted to surround myself with more high-achieving males, because something I struggle with is building a base of friendships with guys. I felt like ever since I've moved to Colorado, I didn't have that circle of friends I wanted to have that maybe I had at one time in my life. What did I do? I sought help. My buddy Kyle Depies, his beyond experiences, bringing high achieving, high level men together to mastermind and have fun. That's what I did. I sought help. And then most recently, like I said, with Amy and I, our relationship's good, but it's not great. So we sought help. We sought a relationship coach. Instead of thinking of her as a counselor, we look at her like a relationship coach, just like I look at as a business coach, just like I look at an experiential coach like Kyle, or just like I looked at my dad when he was my baseball coach. Because if you want to get from good to great, you can't do it alone. You need to seek help. And you can't seek help only when things are not good. When you're in a rut, when you're stuck, you have to be seeking help when times are good, because that is what's going to take you from good to great. So that's my advice for you today. Again, it is so easy to react when you hear that somebody's seeking help, seeking a coach, seeking a counselor, to go, oh my God, what's wrong? Everything okay? No, everything's fine. And that's the problem. Everything is fine. It's not great. So if you're out there and things are just fine right now, they're good, but they're not great, and you're willing to put in the work to get great, the first step you have to do is seek help. Find a coach, find a counselor, find a mentor. I don't care who it is, but find somebody who's going to be that bridge from where you are today to where you want to be. Because when that clarity and that confidence collide, and you find that person, you know what happens? Massive action happens. So go make it happen today.